Welcome, you field of glory, to peasant infantrymen. I'm now going to be doing a series based on the new DLC that came out called Immortal Fire. And I'm going to be doing Alexander the Great, his historical battles that are offered here. And then I'm going to do the What If campaign. It looks pretty interesting. So I'm going to start with where he's king against the Persians, where it really gets challenging. And I'm going to do the Granicus campaign. And let's get started here. Okay, Battle of Granicus. By this time, disappointed by the performance of their native infantry, the Persians have taken to fielding large numbers of Greek mercenary hoplites. The army raised by the local Persian satraps therefore consists mainly of Persian cavalry and Greek hoplites. The two armies have met at the river Granicus in northwest Asia Minor. Both sides have force marched to the river. The Macedonians have left their Greek allies far behind. And the Persian cavalry has arrived well ahead of their Greek mercenaries. Thus, the main battle will be between Alexander Macedonian troops and the Persian cavalry, who are lining the river to prevent Macedonians from crossing. Okay. Okay, good. The allies have arrived. Now, let me tell you something here. This all just looks really, really nice. And you'll be tempted with the phalanges against the cavalry and your nice Macedonian cavalry to just come lunging in across the Granicus. A little stream here. And it's got high ground here. Look at this. Minus 200. I mean, this is a tremendous slope. You got to climb up there. So basically, what I'm saying here is that that's why I'm not too fond of historical battles here. I like the campaigns where I get to set up the troops as I wish, depending on the terrain and what I think the enemy has. But here, this has been set up for you, and as I'm playing this on level 4, anything from level 2 to 4 would be considered historical accuracy. So I jump between 3 and 4, but this is a 4. But in this setup here that they prepare for you, and with the message, that I just read to you, you are set up to fail. There is no way you should even be engaging your Macedonian cavalry with this very, very superior Iranian armored cavalry. It's not like they're just light cavalry. These guys are tough. And in a one-to-one scuffle, even on flat ground, they will defeat the Macedonian companion cavalry. So right there, if you're thinking of charging across, don't even do it. And then you'll be deceived also, like, oh, well, I got phalanges units, I just move forward. Well, yeah, they can chase far, and then you're just going to get swarmed and outflanked. You don't have that many, and your cavalry's going to lose. So right off the bat here, you are set up to fail. And plus, there's also another hint here that you're not limited to your turns. It's not like you have to do this thing in 20 turns or so, which kind of gives you the idea that you have plenty of time to set up before the battle. And this is exactly what we have to do. Now, here we have our infantry units. Thracian medium foot, they're crap. They're okay, but not for a good charge. But they're okay to get melee. Citizen hoplites. It's garbage, as far as spear units concerned. But these units here, the mercenary hoplites, they're good. They'd be very good at holding cavalry and charging. And the Illyrians are okay also because they're spearmen. Not as good as the mercenary, but they can do the job too. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this whole line from the hoplite, mercenary hoplite, all the way over here. They're going to line up over here ready to cross the Granicus. I'm going to take this Thracians and this garbage here and move them over to the left flank. And then as I get done with this, I'm going to move the cavalry behind them. And I'm also going to move Alexander the Great and his companions behind that. And you would think, well, we're going to use the pike units for the battle. No, they're not. The pike units are going to be spread out along this entire front here. And they're going to be put in square formation. So basically, they're going to be facing the Persians. The Persians are going to see a whole line of phalanx pikemen in front of them, but they're going to be in square formation, while the main body will be crossing the Granicus over here on the right and the left. So if the Persians react, they're going to send their cavalry in both directions, but I'm going to have complete local superiority in force. And the cavalry in the middle here, if they decide to go and assist, well, then they leave a big hole open, and I can march across with the phalanx. Or they're going to be stupid enough to engage, or keep them pinned and charge into pikes, whatever. Or they may just sit there. This could be just holding a large portion of Persian cavalry, which I hope. So I'm not going to bore you with all the things and setups here. I'm going to go right to, once I have everything set up and get the battle going as I want to, then we will continue this presentation here. But there's one thing I notice is the Persians don't have any missile units. They just have this heavy cavalry, which is dangerous. They got their missile units on the flanks here. So what I can do is I can take my missile units. I have 4 javelins, a Granian javelin men, and archers, and just pick off the Persian commanders. I'm going to start with him, and then if I can get away with it, just go over and do that and take out their commanders. And that will help later because not so many of their units will rally. I don't think their rally capability, especially if their CNC is gone, will help. They won't be able to rally as much. And this is one lousy problem I have here, is that I don't have a general with any of these units, so it's going to be a little more difficult. But it's all about setting up first for the battle to have a successful plan. Because with this setup here, if you're going to just start charging in, you're going to fail, or you're going to suffer horrendous casualties. So we're going to fight this battle intelligently, and we should be able to crush the Persians. So the first thing we're going to do is start throw javelins. And if they charge them, that's fine. I can countercharge them with the cavalry. So let's send our archers. See, we're already done some damage. Now let's bring him over. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start moving all the forces and position them as I want them. So I think I'm going to put one block here, 3 hexes apart. Just going to have the block of phalanxes 3 hexes apart and be in squares, so to give plenty of room for the Persians to go around them and charge squares if they desire to do that. But the main strength is going to be going to the left and the right. And the thing is with this cavalry here, these are precious noblemen, and you do not want to get them into scuffles where they can be weakened, because they will not win. What you want to use the cavalry is to support the infantry. As the infantry gets across and starts lining up, you want the cavalry to support their push and hit the enemy cavalry when they're very vulnerable or odds are great. You don't ever want to get in an even scuffle, because you will lose and possibly lose Alexander. And as of these Greek mercenaries here, They historically, even they just sat where they were put. They just stayed put. I don't think they're going to do anything. So the whole battle will be against the Persian cavalry, as it was in the real Battle of Granicus. But we're going to cross over here, and we're going to cross over there in bulk. So I'm going to continue pelting this unit here and this general over here with my light units while I move and position. So I'm going to continue this at the point where I'm ready to cross and start the battle. And you'll get to see what I did. Because basically this is still the deployment phase. And that's why I like campaigns, because I get to do all the deployment before the battle, and then you just get right into action and adjust. But here they set that up for you, and you were set up to fail. Okay, so let me continue and get going here. Okay. We have everything set up. Unfortunately, our missile units were able to get the 2 Persian commanders. That should hopefully make a difference. And now I have the setup that I want. I'm ready to attack now and cross the Granicus River, as that initial setup was just suicide. Now, let's talk about the historical Battle of the Granicus. It generally shows, like here, the Persians are defending the opposite bank of the stream or the river, whatever it was at that time. And when the Macedonian approached, Parmenion urged caution and recommended that they wait till the following day to attack. And of course Alexander did not, and supposedly he just charged right in and just had this wicked battle against the best Persian cavalry, broke through, and then just everything just fell into place. And they also say a lot of times, just different opinions. Well, the Persian cavalry was just light cavalry, just light javelin cavalry. So if that was the case, then why would Parmenia have been worried in the first place? If you had nothing but light jav cav on the other end, you got nice heavy companion cavalry, you got very well armored infantry. They could have just pushed right through. And yeah, if you had this game here, a bunch of light cavalry units like what you have on a flank here, this wouldn't be necessary to set it up this way. But as it turns out, like in this scenario, and we don't know if this is historically accurate, it's a possibility, but here you have the whole main Persian cavalry are heavily armored Iranian armored cavalry. And it is possible, if that were the case, that is why Parmenia offered caution to an attack. And then, of course, Alexander attacked and was successful, but how do we know if in reality he redeployed just like I did here? And you'll see how this whole battle works out. And it is logical that they had heavy armored cavalry, because the main cavalry in Asia Minor that the Persians would have been able to draw on would have been the Cappadocian cavalry, and they were excellently armored, and they would have been very difficult to defeat by the companions unless Alexander pulled his stroke of genius in a battlefield, found the weak spots, exploited them, and thus defeated. That's how he won his battles. He didn't win them by just, recklessly charging in. When he did do a charge, there was a reason for it, and there was a high chance of success. And that's why he never lost a battle. It wasn't because he was silly. So in this game, that's why I just wanted to give you a little my historical outtake on it. So here we are finally. This is our setup. We are finally ready to cross the Granicus. And let's see what the Persians are going to do. And hopefully this plan is sound. We're just going to march. And this light cavalry here is primarily going to be to deal with these skirmishers. Got to follow with the heavies. we're going to be facing in that direction. And now let's see, what can we do over here? We're going to cross over here. Let's go. Of course, we're going to get showered with some missiles from these light units, but that's why we're sending the cheap infantry forward. Definitely not the cavalry. We're gonna try to take the least amount of casualties with our cavalry. They're gonna go in for the kill. Let's just send this crap in first. I think we can. This is going to be the pivot point. And we're not going to move these. And let's get the cavalry. We're just entering the Granicus River now. We haven't crossed yet. Okay, this begins. And this is going to be the pivot point over here. Going to keep these on the lookout. And all our phalanges are in square formation, so they should be able to withstand any attacks. Alright, next turn. Yeah, they're getting shot, as expected. Wow, no reaction yet. Let's get up on the plains. Chase them away. Angle ourselves. Let's get out there. Let's get them through that little gap here. And we're going to continue up here with the Macedonian cavalry. Alexander is ready to cross the Granicus. Pretty much unopposed. Let's see what the Persians do. The thing is we're going to turn here. This is going to be the pivot point. And we're going to start developing a front straight down and to go forward. Let's chase him off too. No hurry, no rush at all. This is all going to be timed right. Let's get a Jav Cav in. Move these over here and get them out of the way so this block of infantry can kind of stay. But okay. And let's see if we get a reaction here. Now, we are officially across the Granicus now, so let's see. I think the Persians are going to react. I don't know if this is... Their defense has been breached, so they're going to have to do something. Let's see what they do. Yes, they're reacting. They're attacking my squares. Oh, nice. Oh, they finally want to do battle. Ouch! Don't hurt me! They're attacking my... Wow. They're attacking my phalanx squares. Excellent. Alright, let's continue the assault. First, we're going to drive off. Get the light cavalry breakthrough. That's already a breakthrough. We're going to turn here. We're going to turn there. Because I want to develop a straight line all the way up. I'm going to build a straight front and then attack. And the cavalry is going to be way, way up at the top. Because they're going to be flanking. The infantry is going to be pinning that cavalry, and then I'm going to have the cavalry flanking from the top. Or getting deep behind enemy lines, so that when the infantry attack that cavalry, and the cavalry retreats, my cavalry can hit them from the rear. That's the idea that I plan on using my cavalry here. As well as Alexander. Not to engage melee with these guys, but to, you know, really hit them hard where necessary. So we're fully across over here. And now let's do the same thing over here. It's going to be a little harder, but... Okay, here we have to turn. As long as we don't have any units in a river, I think we'll be fine. Okay, here. They're going to be building a front over here, so... I think we can use one of the Illyrians possibly to chase. And let's get the cavalry over here. This is going well. Now... I do want to slip them past next. Then they're going to be harassing. I'm going to start picking them off here with the archers. And why not? He's going to have to turn to charge, so, and plus I have my... Let's turn over here. I don't want to get flanked yet, so let's just leave him alone for now. When this pivots, When I develop a straight line here and just start moving over to the right, then I can pivot. And then coming from both directions, this is my plan, is to create a pincer movement and a nutcracker. And this is going to be like a nutcracker. I'm going to be going from this way to the left and then this way to the right. And these Greeks here, I don't think they're going to be, they're just sitting there. They're not going to do anything to help the Persians because they want to join the winner, but you know, that's not going to happen. They're traitors. Okay, let's see what the Persians do. They're not doing well charging my spearmen. Boy, here come the whole Persian cavalry. These guys are crazy. Are these guys, is Marshal Ney commanding these Persians here? This is absolutely suicide charging into my pikes. This is ridiculous. It's got to be Marshal Ney commanding them or something. Man, I hope Darius didn't hire him. What the hell is this now? I have to say, I think the plan is going really well so far. And it's just a patience. You don't have to get... you're not under any pressure here. I mean, everything, the initiative is completely on the Macedonian side. Let's keep on chasing these guys off with the podromoi. That's what they're for. Wow, I wish I could have gotten a rear charge on them. Okay. Let's line them up. I really don't want to... I don't want to charge and get too far forward without the rest of the infantry being in support. Start bringing the cavalry up this way. Alexander. And here we go. And we're going to keep the pivot point here. And then eventually as we move forward, we can start joining, create a new pivot point and just start joining. Now well, this is awesome. All these cavalry are just preoccupied with these here and just keep on charging in there. We're going to break them one by one. I don't see what the Persians can do at this point. It's really a bad situation for them. And here we're just going to form the line. Some threads. What I want to do here is I want to be a little tricky here. I want to put some cavalry right back behind them. Because then when we chase these guys later, next turn, hopefully we can charge right into them. What I want to do is trying to eliminate them as best as I can. Let's hit him. They already used up all their javelins, but I mean, it's just better than nothing. So I want to get the infantry around him. Push Parmenion and the cavalry. And then we can swing around and then just chase these guys off and then rear charge them. And just do this a little bit at a time while we're developing a front here. Oh, this is exciting. I've never been... it seems like this plan is just falling really, really well into place. Let's hit him. I'm going to pepper this guy. I mean, as long as... oh, this is... I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to build a line and then get the cavalry far back so that when the infantry charges them and they retreat, then my cavalry can hit them from behind. Even if they melee with the infantry, well, that's okay. The only thing is, that's okay. I like this position. It's going to be a big nutcracker in a pincer movement. And then once we move forward, I don't think he doesn't have anything here. I can just surround him and take care of all these light units and then just come down. He's not going to have any place to escape. He should bring his more cavalry back here, but he's just, this is, yeah, just route. Don't come back. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, what battle are we fighting? Is this Waterloo? This sounds like it. This is Waterloo, isn't it? Cavalry charging into spearmen. Oh my, look at this. Okay. That's okay. Let's keep on going. Let's chase this jerk. Oh, you got a rear attack. Oh, he's fragmented. Excellent. We got one. Okay, you go over here. See, we're gonna be very, very patient. Now we have a nice solid line. I kind of almost feel like chasing him off, but don't get too excited. We want to move the cavalry deep, deep behind enemy territory, behind the enemy. Very deep. I want to get way, way back here and then push with the infantry and hit them from behind. I'm going to try to position them right here. I can't believe that they're not doing anything. And, okay, we got a nice little line here. Okay, now we're going to have to deal a blow on these guys. First, I want to put somebody these two back here, way ahead. We're going to get him behind. to get him ready to attack. And hopefully we can chase some of these guys off. I want to trap these guys completely and destroy them. Keep them really in a bad situation. And at least this one's engaged in melee. We can probably hit him. If we push him back, he's got to run. Oh, no, this is a bad situation for Persia. All right, let's keep on. Oh, he's engaged. Well, let's disengage him. Horrible. This isn't good. I just keep on picking them off one by one. This is all you can do here. I mean, this is really just pick them off one by one. I don't think I want to do that yet. No, I wasn't going to do that yet. Just take our time here. That's all we can do. Routing. Any more charges, please? Charge into my... No. I didn't want that. Oh, we got a break. Good. Okay, we can come back now. All right. Persians already at 8%. Alright, unfortunately, okay, that means we got him in melee. Flank him. Okay, hopefully we'll be able to... I mean, we got all the time in the world here. This is not anything that needs to be rushed. That's exactly the plan, is get the cavalry out front. And then we're just gonna pivot in. just hit this fragmented twice. We're just nailing them badly. I mean, just one after the other. They can't really get past here. Oh, this is brutal. This is really brutal. And the entire cavalry is moving out. Okay, we can move forward in a straight line now. That's good, our line is straightening. Oh, nice. Now we can move up even more. I think now we can just climb up. Climb up right on this plane here. Oh, this is sweet. This is, oh, this is really getting bad. Okay, well, let me just get a... All right, we have a front build up here, and we're going to be moving forward in a little bit once we get more cavalry out. We're going to push forward. We're going to push over here, and I guess we'll meet in the middle somewhere, and all these cavalry are just going to be trapped. And we get to 40% and win the battle real easily. And if it's not enough, then we can also just bring up our infantry. We can crush these Greeks up on the hill and kill Memnon, and that's the end of it, and the rest of the Persians will have no choice but to surrender. But so far this is really going very, very well. Keep on charging. I'm getting a little tired of that. Take care of this guy. There we go, that's the end of him. Okay, let's take care of this. I want to engage him in melee. I got 2 cavalry across. We're going to build a new line. Here we continue. That would have been nice if I could have just... Well, as we tighten the grip here, As the grip tightens between the two fronts here, there's not going to be any place they can escape because you're going to hit them from one direction or the other. Let's get this cavalry out. Okay, what can I do with him? I can't jav cav him. All right, I don't want to lose him. Let's bring him out here. I hope with Parmenia or one of these guys I can completely annihilate this unit. Okay, let's. Pick them, just pick them off one by one. I don't like this. At least I can prevent a flank charge here if he gets engaged. Okay, we're going to start. We're going to leave it at that for now and shrink the front a little bit. And we're going to move forward. Turning this cavalry, then I'm going to push this one further, and this one's going to stick around here just to keep an eye on these skirmishers. I think we can. Close the gap even more. Okay, he is evading. Very good. That's exactly what I wanted, a rear attack on him. Let's get up here. See, now we're away from the river. That's good enough. So this whole flank here, so we're protected now. Now we can actually move this guy up here. And this is working out really well. And it's really going to be hard to escape once these two groups, the two pincers, start meeting. All right, when the two pincers meet, that's when it's really going to be almost impossible. See, I cleared them out. I already cleared all this here out. Now, I think I could use him to chase him down. All right, let's see what the Persians... massacred. Once again, Archer. Hitting the cavalry real hard. Even if he attacks me on the flank here, if we do melee, I'm tightening the grip here. Okay. I want to get behind. A little bit too far, guys. A little charged, a little confident here. But I think it's we can get up here. Okay, this is still their missile capacity is gone. I just don't want to get hit in the flank. I'm going to keep them in square. Something. Keep on charging into my squares. Oh no! He broke a unit! Unbelievable. I knew this got he got out of line. Unbelievable. Look at they just charging into my spearmen and breaking. Break that Persian Cavalry. Oh, I was hoping he could get him. Oh, fudgesicle. We'll go after him with this infantry. Can get out of square now. The only thing I regret is that I get hit in the flank here. But we can assist now with this phalanx unit. These guys are crazy. this one's on top. Oh, we broke them. That's good. We can block him here. And this one will continue moving in this direction. Alexander will be looking for more opportunities. And this light unit will be looking in this direction. Okay, and so far the plan is going well. We only suffered one breakage, but we could suffer another one. But bring Parmenion over here. I think we got this taken care of. Despite a minor casualties, we are truly beating the crap out of the Persians in this battle. This is a lengthy battle, so I'm going to stop right now with this part 1, and we'll continue with part 2.